queen of no media, GMA refused to give Kris Aquino a morning show? Know the details here. Kris Aquino might be having a lot of regrets now after leaving his home network for 20 years, as her upcoming project in GMA7 has been on hold indefinitely. She earlier announced that the end of her deal with ABS-CBN was her fault because she overestimated her value. She was referring to her 3-month leave from the network and her delay in signing up another contract with the ABS-CBN. This forced her to resign and join APT Entertainment, which produces the noontime show Bulaga. The initial agreement was that she will be taking over the Calle Siete timeslot. However, some tabloids reported that a powerful personality denied her of the said timeslot. "We heard someone powerful rejected Kris in being in that slot, but sorry, we're not at liberty to say who. We're sure Kris herself knows. So, as long as that someone is objecting, she can never have that time slot for her own show," said Mario Bautista, a veteran entertainment journalist. Meanwhile, Kris Aquino expressed her disappointment over the delayed show, which was supposed to start taping last month. However, she refuses to comment on the personality's decision and says that she is ready for the next chapter in her life. Invite you to watch the video. Mayor Richard Gomez to misbehaving police officers, "They should be killed." Last October 16, 2016, Ormoc City Mayor Richard Gomez made a bold remark on his Facebook account. He said on his post that faulty police officers who implicate innocent people who do not have anything to do with illegal drugs should be executed. "In our fight against illegal drugs, what do we do when the police themselves are the ones making up stories and implicating the people not involved in the trade to muddle the whole situation? These police crooks should be killed. They should be killed. Let's begin from our neighboring town. PLS take the lead, Mr. President," Gomez claimed in his post. Concerned, Gomez's supporters reminded him that he should be extra careful, for they are worried about his safety due to his courageous remark. Invite you to watch the video. President Duterte dumps American aid in favor of China. Read why. President Rodrigo Duterte said that if China will give soft loans to the Philippines for some key projects, particularly infrastructure, then the Philippines will stop hosting joint exercises with the United States. China said, "Okay, I will do it for you. If they are going to give it to us or help us, lend us the money, and we can do it in our country. No more American interference. No more American exercises," Duterte said on Wednesday, October 19, during a gathering of Filipinos in Beijing, China. The statement of the president was unclear as to whether he was pertaining to military exercises or other activities with the U.S. But these past few weeks, President Duterte expressed his desire to change the Philippine-U.S. military alliance. He even started peace talks with China regarding territorial disputes. "I will not ask, but if they offer and they would ask me, 'You need this aid?' Of course, we are very poor. 'You need this railway?' Yes, sir. And if you can give us a soft loan, give us something like 20 years to pay, 15 years to pay," Duterte said. The president even compared assistance from U.S. to China, saying, "Even with a price, just give us a little bit of an elbow room. I will not go to America anymore. We will just be insulted there." He clarified in his statement that he wouldn't make any alliances with any country, for it would become useless if World War III were to happen and the use of nuclear weapons might destroy everything. His statement was lauded by the audience. "I will now realign. I will not ask for armies. America did not worry that I will place their missiles in. Why? Useless. Why? Because if Russia, China, America, British, Pakistan, India, Iran would start a nuclear war and it will be a world war, there is nothing to talk about except to see you in heaven," he said. President Duterte will meet Chinese President Xi Jinping today, to discuss the relationship between the two countries. Invite you to watch the video. Must watch. Mark Cogweo proposes to his Australian girlfriend right after Ginebra Championship. After Ginebra captured the 2016 PBA Governors' Cup on Wednesday night, thrilling 91-88 victory over Morocco, Mark Cogweo proposes to his long-time Australian girlfriend Lauren Hudson. In the middle of a mosh pit of full-grown men, Mark dropped on one knee, looked up into the eyes of Lauren and popped the question as confetti rained down the smart Araneta Coliseum. Lauren, who was wearing a Ginebra jersey and holding up an oversized photo of Mark's face, said yes. According to the Gin Kings leader, I was actually going to do it before the game started, Kagwioa, who gave away a ring before even receiving his championship one, shared. We've been together for 12 years, and this was the right time. She's been there since 2004 and Sayonag Papalaka Sarlakin, I wanna thank her, she's been through ups and downs and I love her, Mark added. Although planning for the wedding has not started yet, Mark knows running mate JJ Helterbrand will be his best man. For sure he's in there. Watch the video below. Invite you to watch the video. After Hillary's war, many Libyans say they miss the days of Gaddafi. It's been more than 5 years since the United States and its Western allies bombed democracy into the North African nation of Libya. Support for that war was spearheaded by a certain former Secretary of State and current Democratic presidential candidate, who continues to defend it today as an exercise in smart power. Actual Libyans, however, are having trouble divining Mrs. Clinton's braininess, as their country sinks into a morass of hostile militias, competing governments, and ISIS terrorism. How bad has it gotten? This bad, per the AFP in their curious house spelling of Muammar Gaddafi. 5 years after an uprising killed Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, residents in the chaos-racked country's capital joke they have grown to miss the long-time dictator as the frustrations of daily life mount. Those living in the capital say they are exhausted by power cuts, price hikes and a lack of cash flow as rival authorities and militias battle for control of a fragmented oil-rich country. I hate to say it, but our life was better under the previous regime, says Faiza Al-Naz, a 42-year-old pharmacist, referring to Gaddafi's more than 4 decades of rule. Even accounting for the narrow sample of Libyans in the article, that reaction is remarkable. It is also utterly predictable. It's the same one I've heard from many Iraqis, who both curse Saddam and marvel at how starkly conditions have deteriorated since the clueless Bush administration deposed him. Is there hope for order in Libya, for the lights to come back on and the bank counters to work again? The United States is vesting its hope in the Government of National Accord, GNA, a newly formed wannabe state. The GNA was sea-lifted into Tripoli back in March and has thus far failed to persuade Libyans of its legitimacy. Last week, gunmen from another Islamist-tinged government in exile even managed to briefly seize the parliament building. The objection will be registered here that it's Gaddafi who's culpable for Libya's present mess, not Clinton, since Gaddafi hollowed out most of Libya's civic institutions during his reign, effectively making the entire state flow from his cult of personality. That is true, but we were aware of that going in, just as we knew that Libya was less a cohesive nation than a plethora of tribes, with differing goals and heritages, united only under Gaddafi's compulsory banner. Toppled the government, many warned, and you'll never reunite the country. That's exactly what's come to pass, as this wonderful account from CNN's Nick Robertson makes clear. I clearly remember being in the luxurious Rixos Hotel in Tripoli, as NATO bombs were falling outside, when one of Gaddafi's trusted lieutenants told me, "You will see, no one but Gaddafi can keep this country together. You in the West think this is easy, but when he is gone you will understand." He told me this without rancor, without grimace or smile. He spoke as someone who knows what they're talking about because they've done it. He had the precise certainty that comes from spending years experiencing Libya's equally mercurial and endlessly scheming tribes. We did think it was easy, and none so much as Hillary Clinton, who after Gaddafi perished declared with blood-curdling obtuseness, "We came, we saw, he died." Chalk that up as one of the most premature victory cries of all time, alongside George W. Bush's mission accomplished. Clinton bears direct responsibility for the tumult in Libya, as well as the national security debacle it's created, a foothold for ISIS outside Mesopotamia, an export base for terrorism, including against Westerners, across northern Africa, a migrant crisis, Gaddafi's unsecured weapons bolstering the Islamic State and fueling instability in Mali, a giant unswept jihadist frontier that's all too close to European shores. In any other election, this would be the defining national security issue, as Iraq was in 2006. Yet Clinton will probably escape unscathed, another opportunity missed by Trumpism. Invite you to watch the video. Jaja Padilla, architect boyfriend together again. Jaja Padilla and Conrad Anglao are back together again. This was confirmed by the singer herself in a funfair interview with columnist Ricky Lo for the Philippine Star on Wednesday. Long private story, Padilla was quoted as saying when asked how they patched things up. Lo said the Kapamilya singer prefers to keep things private, just like when the news of their breakup 5 months ago made headlines in show business. Padilla hopes though that this time, what they have is forever. God willing. She said. To recall, the singer called off her engagement to Anglao in May after 2 years of dating. Padilla decided to keep silent on the reason behind their split and just said that she's grateful for the love and support her family and friends. When you break up, you're angry, that's normal. Even if, as everyone knows, I was the one who left. After that statement, that's it. I just want to leave it between the two of us, she said in July. As of this posting, there are no words yet if their planned wedding in Florence, Italy will push through. Thank you for watching videos. You remember the likes and comments below. Thanks.